Hey, and welcome to the Sit Down with Suzanne podcast. I am your girl, Suzanne, also known as Positively Suzanne. Now, remember, this podcast was created with us in mind. It is a reminder that not only are we worthy, but we deserve the best versions of ourselves. So grab a cup of tea or your beverage of choice and sit back and relax and join me on this journey.
So I quit my job. All right, maybe you need a little more background. All right, guys, I cannot believe we are at the final episode of season 3. I am just beyond grateful. I thought about what I wanted the end of season 3 to look like because I'm excited about season 4, obviously, and I have a couple of guests lined up. And as I'm scheduling it out, I'm like, okay, what do I want season 3 to end with? I had a couple of different ideas. And I was led to talk about my personal journey. So I know I share a lot with you guys, but yeah, I know I said I quit my job, right? Let me give you some more context. Okay. I did a series in May highlighting female entrepreneurs. It was such a great series. I had so many wonderful, wonderful women on, got so many gems from them, and I'm just celebrating every single one of them every single day. But I had thought about sharing my personal story, and I've chatted with a few people. I've chatted with a few different mediums. I've done a radio show, done other podcasts, things like that. And I actually was going to share my journey on somebody else's platform because I'm like, well, I'm not going to spend the entire episode talking about that. But I did a post on my LinkedIn page. So if you're not connected with me on LinkedIn, please go ahead and follow me on LinkedIn, Suzanne Graham Anderson, MBA, MSOL, and follow me. But a month ago, I quit my job. That was the beginning of the post. And in the post, I posted a picture of myself having a tea party because I do tea party on Saturday mornings. Now, for those of you who listen to the show know that I've worked in retail for over 20 odd years. So Saturdays were our bread and butter. So I worked a lot of Saturdays. And the Saturdays that I wasn't working and when I got them off, I was always traveling or doing something. But I've been very intentional about my me time, my self-care, and tea parties is it for me. So I took this picture, I dressed up and gone on the porch because, I have my Saturdays, right? And I'm on the porch in my hat and my gloves and all that. And I took the picture and I said, okay, now it's time because I had quit my job about a month ago. And I wrote in the post, a month ago, I quit my job. So yeah, this is another picture of me having a tea party. And I went a little bit of talking about how I'd been a retail leader for over 20 years. And the response, I got hundreds of response and folks responding via the post, just saying great job and just were so excited and saying it inspired them. And I've gotten so many different connections and so many different interactions but that was the public side. The private sides were folks reaching out to me and connected with me and just saying that how my story touched them. And, I've gotten a plethora of other opportunities through this and really wanted to inspire someone. So for those of you who follow me on social media, it's Positively Suzanne. My brand is the tenets of my brand is to inspire, to motivate, and to empower. And so many people were calling me and emailing me and saying they were inspired, they were empowered, they were motivated, and just, it touched my heart because these are the things that I had set out to do. This is the things that I believed in. So I'd written the post, just gotten so many different feedback, and I was like, okay, I was done. But I'm being pushed, I'm being compelled to talk about it. When I did the series in May, I chatted with a couple of people, and I've chatted with a few other women. I recently did an interview with Danielle DeShare, who is a financial coach, and she talked about her entrepreneurial journey also. And I know a lot of people that are still in the corporate world. And listen, what works for you works for you. Do what works for you. Not everybody's path is your own. Everybody has to choose their own path. But I wanted to talk a little bit about my decision. And I'm working on something right now. I don't want to say, because if it doesn't come to fruition, I don't want to make a promise that I can't keep. So I chose me, and it was as simple as that. And you know what's funny? When I made the decision to quit, I knew that it was the right move for me. I had spent a lot of time thinking about what was next for me, where I was going to go. I've always been driven. I've always been ambitious. I was always going to the next level. I remember years ago when I walked into the very first retail store, my first experience, and I had asked the manager at the time to give me the managerial job, and I had no experience or managerial experience, but just very confident in who I was. And lo and behold, she hired me, and here we are 20 something years later. Throughout my time in retail, I have been promoted very short time. I have done well. I've been district manager, operations manager, HR manager, customer service manager, just many different roles. I've gone up in position. I've stepped back in position to pursue, schooling. I went back to school. I got my associate, my bachelor's, and then I got dual masters. I got a master's in business and a master in organizational leadership. Along the way, I fell in love with HR and was truly looking to move to HR, to pop into that role and move towards a corporate setting. But like I said, I was very ambitious. But for the past couple of years, something has been building in me, and a lot of things have changed in me. And a lot of the folks that I was counseling, was really talking to them about this shift that was happening inside of me. At the time, I had had many conversations with the folks that I work with in terms of transition into a HR role. And, unfortunately, I don't think they saw that for me. And hey, that's okay. We see what we see, right? I know who I am. But anyway, I was given the opportunity to be a part of this wonderful organization. And I did it for a year and I enjoyed it. But like I said, there was a shift inside of me that I knew that my time in the retail world was limited. I enjoyed what I did and I was very good at it, but I didn't want to get burnt out. I didn't want to get to the point where I hated what I was doing, because I love people. I love customer service. I excel at it. I had great time with, the people that I worked with and the customers that came into the store. So I knew a shift was coming. I continued to have conversation, and the conversations were not going the way that, I would have liked it. And you know what? To each his own. Hey, they weren't seeing. I felt that I could have done well in this role. I would have excelled in this role because I felt that I was doing many of the functions and, but anyway, long story short, it wasn't happening between me and where I was. And I think that it was a blessing, because a lot of times when things are happening to us, we think that we're being held back, but every setback is a setup. And them not seeing in me what I saw in myself was a good thing, because if I had gone that road, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I would not. And this is 2-3 months after I've quit, that I am in such a good place that I would not have made this decision if I had gone the other path. So listen to what I'm telling you. God is intentional. God is intentional about me. So I knew that the shift was coming, and I was having these conversations. And, as I'm having these conversations with people, and I will be very honest. I am very confident in who I am and my capabilities. And, when you see someone speaking to you and doubting who you are, it's a different feeling when you know who you are. But if you don't have confidence in yourself and someone's doubting you, you will continue to doubt yourself. And this is what I'll say to folks that are leaders and managers. When an employee comes to you and express a desire to grow, to move forward, invest the time in listening to them. Invest the time in exploring options, have the conversations. Don't not respond to email, not return to phone calls, and just blatantly tell them that you just don't see it. To someone that struggles with their self-confidence, that would be a detrimental blow. Luckily, by the grace of God, confidence is not something that I lack. So it wasn't something that was holding me back. Thank you, Jesus. So by the time I had made the decision that this was time for me to leave, like I said, there was many different things in motion. I had been having conversation. I had revamped my resume. I'd even paid to revamp my resume because I wanted to make sure before I made this decision to step out of a career that I had focused on, that I'd given my all to, that I had done everything that I can to advance to where I thought I wanted to go. I paid the money. I met a lovely gal. I redid my resume, updated my LinkedIn profile. I started to have conversations with folks about transitioning to an HR role, a recruiter role, things like that. In the meantime, I am thinking to myself, okay, this is where you're going, because in my mind, I still had that ambition and that drive to go a certain way. I remember I was doing an interview with an individual, with a recruiter, and I said to this person, they asked me what I was looking for in terms of salary. And I remember saying to them, I wanted a minimum based on the scope of work. So now they had given me this interview and they were talking about this job, and it was a lot. And I said, based on the scope, I will not accept anything less than $150,000 a year. And they mentioned to me, well, we can't go do that. We can do 110,000. And then there's bonus. And, then there's this. And I knew who I was. I knew what I wanted. I said, listen, I thank you so much, but this is my final. And I think I'm underbidding myself there. So I will not negotiate below that. And the person was like, okay, fine, whatever. Well, I can't accommodate your salary. Okay, I'm good. Left the conversation. I felt good. Moving on. I had a lot of conversations, but I was thinking when I was talking to this woman, here is this person asking me about my experience, my education, my expertise, and giving me a scope of work that truly is a $200,000 scope of work. And wanted to give me like $100,000, 110, sure, 100. And I'm like, no, I am not, because I'm going to be in the same boat in a couple of years, not even a couple of years, in a couple of months, because I knew that that would make me underpaid. So I wrote down what I wanted. I was not going to take under a certain salary. I wanted remote, and I wanted full autonomy over my schedule. And there was just a couple of criteria that I had in terms of salary, remote work, and all of that, and just the amount of traveling that I had to do. Yes. And the job had a significant amount of travel too. I traveled a lot as a district manager back in the day with my kids, and my kids, I want to spend time with my kids. So anyway, didn't take it. But by the time I made the decision to give my 2 weeks notice, I had not finalized an offer, but I had many, many opportunities and many, many where I can go. And I had a lot to consider. When I told family members that I was quitting my job, I know a few of them questioned my sanity, right? And, some people took it well. My immediate supervisor, when I chatted with her, and she wasn't my supervisor anymore, She was very supportive, wished me well. There was another friend that I had in the organization that took it well. Unfortunately, some people did not take it well. They took it personal. Again, I will reinforce this. When someone says to you they are leaving, the first question shouldn't be, where are you going? If you truly want to show someone that you care about them, have that conversation, because I've been in positions where people that I believed in have turned around and left. And, after chatting with them and finding out it was the right move for them, I was happy for them. But regardless, you have to wish people well. This is life. We're human beings. You have to wish people well. So, like I said, a few folks took it badly. I was disappointed by them. I was embarrassed for them. And honestly, I prayed for them, but it didn't really faze me or touch me because I had made the decision and it was well within my soul. All right. But many factors impacted or influenced my decision to leave. Was it any one person? No. Did some people play a bigger role in it? Yes. Did some people, their toxic behavior make me wonder how they could get away with certain things? Absolutely. But my decision was about nobody but myself. And I made this decision because I knew that it was the right thing for me. And for me to leave a job that I had been in for over 20 odd years, something that I knew that I could get another job in retail, that I was consistently getting called in retails for different roles. It was a big deal, but it was time. It's not wasn't done. I felt like I'd done my time. I wanted to explore something different. And when I left at the time, I didn't know what I was doing. And so many people asked me, and I will say this, I was so blown away by my team when I told them, not the supervisor, the people that I supervised. They just, like, on my last day, oh my goodness, I'm recording now, and I'm looking at this box that one of the persons that I worked with, she gave me, and it says, every day is a good day. And, they just gave me so many things, and they gave me things that showed that they knew who I was. I got chocolate, which, hello. I got jewelry, which I love, sparkle jewelry. I got things that it's about Jesus, empowerment, and sparkle. So that's me. Jesus empowerment sparkle. Jesus empowerment sparkle. So that's me. I got flowers and cupcakes and cards and it was just such a beautiful day. It was so difficult that last day. And I was trying to get everything done. And I'm pretty sure that I didn't complete everything I was trying to complete that day. But it was a tough day because a lot of these people, like, I'm going to try to see them, but I know that they have moved on with their lives and, but the memories do live on. So I can't call anybody's name because if I forget somebody will get their feelings hurt, but they warmed my heart on that final day. But anyway, I left. I took some time off and I just enjoyed being me. When I tell you this decision was the best decision of my life, it was time. And if I had gone where I was trying to go before, so the setback and the disappointment and the lack of belief in my ability that was shown to me was exactly what I needed to make the decision to choose me, to step out on faith, and to make a decision to become an entrepreneur. So I had started my business in 2018 and I decided to dive into it. Since then, can I just say that, wow, the doors that God have opened for me, I am beyond blessed. So much to the point that I was at an event last week and I met someone and they asked me about being their coach. And I had to say, I am so sorry, but I am booked through this particular time and I cannot take on any new clients right now. I have conducted workshops. I am traveling out of state to go speak at a conference. I am hosting tea parties, hosting events. I am appearing on radio shows and podcasts, and I am being asked to do this or do that. And I'm doing a couple of things behind the scene. I think I'm finally going to get the second book out, and I'm spending time with my husband and my kids, and I'm doing vending events. I've met so many people at vending events. As a vendor, I sell t-shirts and jewelry. And, I sell my book, of course, and a lot of people have had some conversations with me about potentially collaborating in the future and doing different things. And wow, all I can say is this: God, I thank you. To everyone that's listening to this, believe in yourself. Make the decision for you. No one else can make the decision for you. When I was making the decision to leave, to quit my job, there were so many people that I was in contact with that were slowly leaving the corporate sphere and was heading out and doing their own thing, starting their own businesses, being an entrepreneur. There's so many women that I admire, that I had chatted with, that I felt good with, that I trusted, that I was inspired by, and that I had conversations with. Ladies that I was counseling that were in turn counseling me, as we spoke. And I knew the decisions was coming, but I also had to be very strategic in terms of, listen, I've said it before. We all want that Angela Bassett moment where we put everything in the car, light the cigarette, throw it in, and walk away. But listen, we can't all do that. I am a woman with a spouse, 2 kids, a mortgage, and some car payments. So I don't burn bridges. I do not burn bridges. Regardless, I think the way you react to the way people treat you, hey, it's about you, and I answer to a higher power. So to everyone that didn't treat me the way they should, shame on you. But I'm not going to turn bitter, and I'm not going to allow you to bring me down to your level, because at the end of the day, I'm honoring God, I'm honoring myself, and I'm empowering women. So I'm going to do me because God is taking care of me. So don't worry about folks that underestimate you. Don't worry about folks that undervalue you. Don't worry about folks who don't treat you the way that you deserve to be treated. Just step away from that situation. So I was very strategic in terms of, I ensured that this was lined up and things like that, and, had the conversation with my husband. And when I walked away, I didn't know what I was going to be doing, but I knew that wherever I landed, I'd be okay. Hello, I'm Positively Suzanne. I know what I'm doing, right? But I was having some conversations with this company at the time, Radius Financial Corporation. It's the only company I'm going to name because I don't bash people. I don't talk about folks in terms of that. Like it's not what it's about. I don't want to detract from, the message that I'm sending to y'all. So I chatted with them, about what I was looking for, because a friend of mine was a realtor and was asking me about that. And I didn't want to do that. But I remember what I felt like when I bought my first home. And my mortgage loan officer was good to me. And I explored the option of becoming a mortgage loan officer. I went to the school, took the classes, took the test, passed the test on the first try. So I was very excited because the pass rate failure is like ridiculous. Became a mortgage loan officer and joined Radius Financial. And I'm happy because it is such a natural extension of who I am and the things that I do, because I enjoy counseling and empowering and uplifting. And I really do want to see people become homeowners. The cost of rent, almost everybody that I know that's renting is paying more for their rent than I'm paying for my mortgage. So I wanted to do that. I wanted to be that different. I wanted to bring that same level of excellence and customer service and empathy to an industry that sometimes it's transactional, but it's one of the biggest financial decisions you ever have to make. So you want somebody who is going to be there for you and connect with you and treat you with dignity that you deserve. So yeah, you would think that I'm like, okay, I'm going to do one thing, but no, Suzanne, an overachiever, I had to go do many things. So right now, this is all the things that I'm doing. And I'm telling you, I am so blessed. So I am a life coach and empowerment coach. And a lot of my customers are the ones that I'm talking to right now. It's about career changes in career transition and salary negotiation and advocating for themselves. And it's funny because I've been through all of this, and it's something that I'm very comfortable coaching and counseling others about because I've lived it. I've chose me. I have come out on the other side. As a motivational speaker, I do different workshops. I did a workshop at the Village, which is a organization in the city of Worcester. I am speaking at the Creator Summit in Detroit. I'm like Denver. No, in Detroit. I continue to do the podcast. I have a few people that I'm coaching that's looking to do their own podcast. So say I'm a podcast manager, but I don't do it full scale because it does entail a lot. I host a couple of different events, my tea parties. One of the great things that came out of that, I took my tea party like large scale, did the hotel, sold tickets, and it was a great time. I'm working on my second and third book, and let's hope the second one finishes before the third, but different days, right? But no, there is a lot going on, but for everything that's going on, I'm just excited. And I think that if I had gone to the path that I wanted to go, well, I wouldn't be doing this now. So I'm happy. I will also say that a person actually that I really respect and I really like did come see me on my last day, and we had a very good and solid conversation. I'm happy that they did because it was somebody that I respected. And I will say that throughout the process, I did lose respect for a couple of people because, again, when somebody makes the decision to leave, never ever think it's about you unless it's about you. So treat people well. That's all I'm saying. Life is too short. I have said, may they rest in peace. My condolences so much in the last couple of years that treat people good. Because you never know when it's the last time you're going to see somebody. Now, here's the encouraging part. Every setback that you go through is not designed to take you out. Sometimes, here's the kicker, that setback is a blessing. That setback is the thing that you needed. That setback is going to shift you off the path that you were headed, even though it was a good path, but it wasn't a great path. So to all my 20-something years as a retail leader, I am grateful. I have met many wonderful people. I have learned very valuable skill sets. Because of what I've learned as a retail leader, it has helped my confidence where I can step into any room That means I was going to do it anyway. But I can step into any room and feel that I belong. So no regrets. Absolutely zero regret. Doesn't matter the company that I was with, even the ones that I was with for a short time. I learned something. And if you were one of those person that impacted me or influenced me along the way, good or bad, I thank you. The great ones, thank you for your kindness. I learned. The bad ones, the toxic ones, I'm not going to say thank you, but I will say that I learned. I learned how not to treat others. I learned how to be better. The one thing I never compromised was my sense of self. I never compromised who I was authentically. I never compromised standing up for myself or standing up for others. I might not have always been the favorite because sometimes they're like, oh, you're so preachy. And, I don't bend the rules for bending the rules' sake. I believe in policies and procedures, but I also will question those policies and procedures if I feel that they're not a reflective of the people that they represent and they don't really serve any purpose. This girl is beyond happy. I am overwhelmed with gratitude for what God has done for me. So I know a lot of people are struggling right now because I counsel a lot of you guys. And you guys send me messages. I'm not going to say to you, go ahead and quit your job. But I'm going to say to you, work on you. Try to find something that gives you joy. Try to find peace. Stand up for yourself, advocate for yourself, ensure that you're on the right path. And if you get knocked down, it's okay. Don't stay down though. Cry if you have to. Do what you have to do. But get up. Do not give anyone the power to take you out. Don't think about them. Don't give them the power. I've been in situations in roles where the leaders were so toxic that every single day I thought about them. And after I left, it's funny. It's like I thought about them less. And now I can't even remember who they are or what they did. They're a distant memory. So don't give anyone that power. Don't let anybody live in your head rent-free. Go after your dreams and your goal. This journey for me has been eye-opening, has been a blessing, has been empowering. I don't hold anybody up for anything. This was about me. This was about my path. And that's what I'm going to say to you. This is about you. This is about your path. Create your success for you. Not based on what anybody wants, not even your mother, your father, your kids, your husband, your wife, your partner, whatever it is, whoever it is. Your journey belongs to you. Don't give anyone the power to take it away. I knew for me, what I wanted to do, I wasn't doing. But nobody else could make that decision. Nobody knew what was going to make me happy. I wanted to work from home. I wanted nights and weekends off. I wanted a company whose values aligned with mine. I wanted something, a salary that matched my skill sets, my experience, my education, and all of that. And fully stepping into who I was allowed me to go to interviews and ask for $150,000, $200,000, and not quiver because I knew that I was worth it. And when I was told that they couldn't match it, I was okay with saying, okay, thank you so much for your time. So instead of them ending the interview, I ended the interview. And I was able to not even think about them afterwards because It was well within my soul. I chose me. Because when you bet on yourself, you will win every single time. So I bet on me, and I'm asking you to bet on you. A lot of you guys that are listening right now, I know some of y'all are my followers on LinkedIn, and I know you have that green banner up and you're looking for a role. And while you're looking for the role, you might be losing some motivation because on a job search, it can be demoralizing. It can almost break you. Don't let it. Don't let it. Don't let it. Don't let it. You saw my post the other day. Beyonce wrote that song about me, right? You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. Do not let anybody break your soul. You got this. Kings and queens and everything in between. You got this. Choose you. I chose me. I quit my job. I chose myself. I have zero regrets. I'm living my best life. There are days that starts a lot earlier, ends a lot later. There are days that I'm more physically exhausted than I thought I could be. I'm more mentally exhausted than I thought I could be. But at the end of the day, I am doing what I love for the people I love, with the people that I love. And I am ecstatic. So that is what I hope for you. And as you're listening to this, I hope you got how important it is to choose you, how important it is to make the decision for yourself. No matter how good your boss is, great. I'm happy for you. I want you to have a great boss. No matter how toxic your boss is, I've had a few, trust me. It's not about them. It's about you. So as you navigate your journey, choose you. I did, and I don't regret it. So that's my story, you all. I hope that you were inspired by my story of choosing myself and stepping out on faith. I hope that you were motivated to go after what you want. I hope that you were empowered to know that you can do it and everything in between. This is the final episode of season 3. I'm looking forward to coming back for season 4 and bringing you more content. But go ahead and follow me so you can get all the details about my entrepreneurial lifestyle and all the things that I'm currently doing. Some days I think, I don't know how I'm going to keep up with all this. But there's nothing else I'd rather be doing. Okay, maybe there's one thing. That $1 billion, that couple $1 billion for the lottery the other day. Yeah, I would be okay winning that. But everything else, I'm good. I'm good. I'm exactly where I need to be. So the setbacks were only set up for this moment. And this moment is priceless. So good luck on your journey. There's going to be a couple of things that I'm going to shout out for y'all to do for call to action. But until season 3, this is Suzanne saying it's been a fantastic time. And it's time for some call to actions. As always, guys, this is Suzanne saying thank you. I am saying I am humbled by your continued support. I am humbled by you continuing to tune in every time there's a new episode. I appreciate it because I know that there's a lot of podcasts out there for you to choose from so that you continue to choose mine and listen to it. I appreciate it. So a couple of things. Want to keep reminding you guys that the Sit Down with Suzanne podcast is available. It is on my website at www.positivelysuzanne.com. It's also available in all the major podcasts and direct Stitcher, it's on Apple Music, it's on Amazon, it's on iHeart, it's on Google Podcasts, Pandora, Spotify, and a plethora of others. So wherever you get your podcast, I guarantee you the Sit Down with Suzanne podcast is on it. So I need you to do a couple of things for me. I need you to listen to the episode. I need you to subscribe. I need you to share the episode. I need you to write a review and spread the word, spread the word that the Sit Down with Suzanne podcast is out there. It's happening and it's fun and fabulous. So I want you to share it because we're trying to help more people. So again, please go ahead and share, write a review. If you want to reach out to me, you can connect with me at Suzanne@positivelysuzanne.com. You could also follow me on social media. Instagram is my main jam. So go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I am just so appreciative of everything you do. Also, buy me a coffee should be right at the bottom of the episode. So you can go ahead and buy me a coffee. Just remember that every coffee that you buy goes towards purchasing equipment to upgrade the show so I could be bigger and better for you all. All right. So as always, I am so appreciative of you guys. And until next time, this is Suzanne signing off.